Good day to all my. Today we are here to continue on the chapter Chemical Formulae and Equations, Part 6. Before we start, students must know what is meant by chemical formula. So chemical formula shows two important information. Chemical formula of a substance, the compounds, shows two important information, which is the element involved. So the element involved, also the number of moles. Moles of atom involved. For instance, teachers say H2O. Okay, so this is a chemical formula for water. So from here, students know that elements involved are hydrogen and oxygen. And another information obtained is, we know we have two atoms of hydrogen and one atoms of oxygen in a water molecule. So that is the reason why we chemical formula. A chemical formula actually shows these two important information. Now let's go to chemical formula. We have two types of chemical formula. Okay, so we have two types of chemical formula, which is empirical formula. Two types of chemical formula and molecular. Okay, so molecular formula. Now, what is the meaning of formula? So this is very important. Why? Because a lot of question, paper 2 question, it will ask regarding define empirical formula. So students must know how to define empirical formula word per word. Okay, now empirical formula shows the balance ratio of atoms of element in a compound. For instance, know that for instance we have an example of CH2O. Just say for example, we have an information of empirical formula CH2O. So this shows that the information that students can get from here is, we have element called carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in this empirical formula. We have one atom of carbon, two atom of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen, and the ratio. Okay, so and the ratio for these three is 1 to 2. 1. That means ratio of carbon to hydrogen to oxygen is 1 to 1. So that is the reason why. Okay, so that is the reason why know that empirical formula can give us three information, which is simplest ratio, can give us what atoms, how many atoms are involved, one atom carbon, two atoms hydrogen, one oxygen, and also the type of element in a compound. Now let's go to what is the meaning of molecular formula. Molecular formula is the actual amount of atoms of element, actual amount of atoms of element in a compound. Now let's take this molecule as an example and another information that students is, remember that molecular formula is the multiplication of empirical formula. Molecular formula is the multiplication of empirical formula, which is no multiplication of empirical, okay, multiplication of empirical formula. Meaning, let's look at this example. CH2O can turn into C2H4O2, can turn into C3O3, can turn into C4H8O4. So can you see that it actually that we can multiply by 1, multiply by 2, multiply by 3, multiply by 4 as the actual amount of atoms of the elements in a compound. And the amount of information shown in molecular formula is almost the same. But here we know that element that is involved is carbon. For instance, here, okay, for instance, these two, for this, for this molecular formula, know that carbon, hydrogen and oxygen element is involved. Know that 2 atoms of carbon actually, from the empirical formula, actually there are 2 carbon atoms, 4 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms involved. And here we don't have ratio. Why? Because the multiplication of empirical formula, which is the actual amount of atoms. So that is the reason why teacher don't introduce the word ratio here. Only for empirical formula we can look for ratio. And please remember, the ratio must be whole number. Okay, it cannot be in the form of a decimal point. Okay, so which teacher will explain further in our part 7 video. Okay, in our part 7 video. Now, I hope students can understand the meaning of chemical formula, empirical formula. Chemical formula consists of empirical and molecular formula. Empirical formula, simplest ratio of in a compound. Molecular formula is actually the multiplication of empirical formula, which shows the actual amount of, it shows the actual amount of atoms, actual amount of element in a compound. Now, let's look at further how to determine empirical formula. Okay, now since teacher don't have enough space to show students or discuss the experiment in board, I like to ask students to refer to your reference books or textbooks to look at how to determine the experiment to determine the empirical formula of 2 important substances. And what I want students to understand is, you will be thinking the title is the same, empirical formula to determine the empirical formula of a substance. But if you look at the setup of apparatus, it is going to be very different. Why? Because we have 2 techniques or 2 methods to determine the empirical formula. So the empirical formula can be determined using 2 setup of apparatus. If students check on your textbook, you can find that we have one way of to determine the empirical formula, which by using, teacher just draw very roughly, okay, by using crucible. Mainly you'll be using magnesium. Okay, mainly students will see that magnesium is used, where magnesium will be burnt in oxygen, and the calculation of the mass of magnesium before and after burning it in oxygen will be calculated, determine the empirical formula. But here teacher is not, I can't explain the experiment here, but I would like to discuss the 2 aspects of the experiment. Now, please remember the crucible, the using of crucible is mainly for reactive metals such as zinc, aluminium, magnesium. Why? Reactive that react readily in oxygen. Okay? they react readily in oxygen. That means magnesium, aluminium and zinc are reactive metal. So students can say that in order to determine the empirical formula of magnesium oxide, zinc oxide or aluminium oxide, we can use this crucible method. For example, let me tell students on what are the equation. Since you are not very familiar with equation, but still you will write to show. So magnesium reacts with oxygen. Just an example. So you can replace this with zinc or aluminium. Okay, will produce magnesium oxide. Okay, so forget about the 2 and 1 in front and all that. We are here not to balance the. I'm here to show you what is the reactant and the product. When you burn magnesium in oxygen, we get a white substance called magnesium oxide, a very popular method to determine the empirical formula. There is another method to determine empirical formula, but students will find the difference in the method mentioned. Why? Because it is actually a reduction of unreactive metal oxide by hydrogen. Okay, so I don't want to go too in depth with this, but please remember unreactive metals such as or unreactive metal oxide such as copper 2 oxide, lead oxide or iron 2 oxide. Okay, iron 2 oxide can be determined. The empirical formula of these three substances metal oxide can be determined using reduction of hydrogen. Okay, for example, let me show one example. Copper 2 oxide reacts with hydrogen to produce copper metal and water. Okay, so now why? Because copper, lead and iron are unreactive metal, so they can't react with oxygen as fast as your zinc, aluminium and magnesium. So that is the reason why they have to go through a complicated combustion tube. Okay, so you see, please look in the textbook. Okay, combustion tube, the metal oxide heat up. Okay, so then there's a supply of hydrogen gas. Okay, so I just draw very roughly. Supply of hydrogen gas coming in. So you heat up your copper oxide. Okay, copper oxide. Okay, then the hydrogen gas, you see a setup of apparatus like this. Why? Because this is determine the empirical formula of copper 2 oxide, lead 2 oxide and iron 2 oxide. Right? Okay, now so let's go to calculation. Okay, so now we are going to find or look at one example of calculation of how to connect empirical formula that connects empirical formula and molecular formula. Okay, now look at this. We know that empirical formula is the simplest ratio of atoms of element and molecular formula is the equal amount of atoms of element, which is technically multiplication of empirical formula. Now let's look at the question. Empirical formula of a compound is CH2O. Calculate the molecular formula if the relative molecular mass is 120. So this shows that, please remember, the relative molecular mass can be only calculated when we know the molecular formula. Unfortunately, we don't know the molecular formula, but we know what is the relative molecular mass. So this is the easier way, which is CH2O multiplied by N is 120. Okay, so this is how we connect the relative molecular mass with the molecular formula. We know the empirical formula. We know molecular formula is the multiplication of empirical formula. Thus, when we find out the RMM of the multiplication of empirical formula, turns out to be 120. Now, I forgot to give students a relative atomic carbon 12, hydrogen 1, oxygen is 3. Now we can calculate further, which is 12 plus 2 atoms of hydrogen plus 16. Okay, so you multiply with n is equal to 120. Okay, 12 relative atomic mass of carbon, 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. So students will get here 30. 30 n is equivalent to 120. N is equivalent to 40. So my advice is, once students get this information, don't just let it as is. Don't think this is the final answer. You must write down this dialogue. A molecular formula is after you times, because you, sorry, not 4. So n is equivalent to 4. So after you times in, that means that technically you have to bring the 4 that you get and times in it. So you will get 4H8O4. Why? Because we stick to this. Okay, empirical formula, sorry, molecular formula is the multiplication of empirical formula. So once you get the n is equivalent to how many, we have to times in with the empirical formula. All this you times 4. So that is the reason why the final answer will be C4, H8 and O4. So this is how to connect the calculation between empirical formula and molecular formula. Teacher will do part 7 video on the techniques and the method to calculate empirical formula, especially empirical formula of the given numbers and mass and information. Teacher will teach students on how to calculate empirical formula in our next part of video. Okay, so till then, keep on watching teacher's video. Thank you for watching. Take care.